This is the Gita Shloka, Gita class, chapter 5, 20th Shloka. We will do the Mangalachanda prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjalasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatambitam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savabhutam Pariyana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lita Shri Vishakam Vitam Shah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dheerabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanosute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhobhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhaktabandha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Bhagwan Ki Jai Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay. Chapter 5, Karma Sannyasa Yoga, 20th Sloka. Na prahrishyet priyam prapya no dvichet prapya cha priyam asthira buddhira sammodha brahmavid brahmani sthitah na prahrishyet priyam prapya no dvichet prapya cha priyam sthira buddhira sammodha brahmavid brahmani sthitah न प्रहृष्यत् प्रियं प्राप्य नोद्विजेत् प्राप्य च प्रियं स्थिरबुद्धिरसम्मूढः स ब्रह्मविद् ब्रह्मणि स्थितः na never prahrishyet rejoices priyam the pleasant prapya achieving na does not udvijet become agitated, okay, prapya obtaining cha also apriyam the unpleasing unpleasant sthira buddhihi intelligent asammudaha unbewildered brahmavid one who knows the supreme perfectly brahmani in the transcendence sthitaha situated. Translation by the Prabhupada. A person who neither rejoices upon achieving something pleasant nor laments upon obtaining something unpleasant, who is self-intelligent, who is unbewildered, and who knows the signs of God is already situated in transcendence. Who is self-intelligence, sthira buddhi, who is unbewildered, asammudaha, and who knows the signs of God, brahmavid, is situated in the transcendent brahmani sthitaha. So this is what the qualities of the brahmajnani or the pure bhakta. So in the 18th sloka, the Pandita definition defined. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmani Gavyastini Shunichaiva Shvapakecha Pandita Samadeshana. A Pandita means who is a self-realized person who sees the everything as same. Like in the Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmani, the Brahman which has all the Vidya and with Vidya with Vinaya, and then Shuni Brahmani, Gavi Hastini, and then elephant, and then cow, and then dog, and the dog eater. So basically these are like three guna, examples of three gunas. Brahman is Sattva guna or Shuddha Sattva. Shuddha Sattva is the Pandita, and then Brahman is guna, Shuddha Sattva, and then Rajas is Gavi, cow, and then Hasti is Tamaguna. And then dog is Tamagun, dog eater. So basically explain that. So 18th chapter, 18th sloka is that. Then 19th sloka, what he says like ihaiva tajjita sarga isham samya sthitam manaha niddoshami samabrahma tasmat brahmaniti sthitaha. One who's basically whose mind is established in sameness and equality have already conquered the conditions of birth and death. So basically with this equal mind, and then because he sees not the bodies, he sees only the Atman. So he conquered the cycle of birth and death. They are flawless like Brahman, and they are already situated in Brahman. So that's how at this moment itself. So that means at this moment, at a moment when the mind is totally submerged into the Atman, and then we realize our true nature. That itself is called the moksha, liberation. So, and their symptoms, Prabhupada explains in the last sloka, said their symptoms are described below. So some of the symptoms, how do you know that? This is one of the symptoms. Na praharishat priyam prapyam, and Krishna explained this so many times. Na praharishat priyam prapya, no dvijat prapicha priyam, sthirabuddhira samoda, brahmad brahmanisati. Even in the Bhakti Yoga 12th chapter also, he says the same thing. Samadushta, samadukha, sukakshami, like that. So, this is again the state of the buddhi, basically. So, the one who is in the transcendental position, na prahishat sriyam prapya, no dvijat prapya chapriyam. When this person in the stage of the Brahman stage, anything auspicious, that he won't be too much excited. Anything inauspicious, he won't be too much down. Okay, upon obtaining something, lament. Basically, achieve something pleasant, rejoice and lament. Rejoice and lament, basically. He wants that, and that is one of the quality. And the next quality is what something else. Who is self-intelligent. He is self-intelligent, that he knows that he is Atman, he is not the bodies. Because all the good and bad, sukha dukkha, comes only to the bodies, not the self, because that is ever ananda. No dukkha, no sukha. And then who is unbewildered, no moha. Asam modaha. Modaha means people, in a short terms, it says that we think that we are the body, that's moda. Asam modaha means he is not at all moda. So he knows that he is the soul. And then Brahma, who knows the science of God. He is a Brahman realization. So he knows that Atman is us, the soul, the real I. And the upadhis, and then all the states of life, everything is not us. So realizing, self-realization knowledge really helps that. And then we can imagine ourselves, what is our state of mind. Still, we are seekers, so it's okay, we will get there. So that is the goal, basically. So what the quote, Chinmaya quote is, I like it, the true seeker, he doesn't have a choice of being a pessimistic, he should be always optimistic. That's how the negative thoughts, he should be removing that. That's a true seeker. Now the purport, he says that the symptoms of the self-realized persons are given here. The first symptom is that he is not illusioned by the false identification of body with his true self. He knows perfectly well that he is not the body, but is a fragmental portion of the Supreme Personal Godhead. He is therefore not joyful in achieving something, nor does he lament in losing anything which is related to the body. This steadiness of the mind is called sthira buddhi, or intelligence, self-intelligence. He is therefore never bewildered by, first is sthira buddhi. So he knows that the good and bad, the sukha and dukkha, comes only to the body. The gross body and the subtle body, the indriya bhogas and all these things. Sometimes we get happiness, sometimes we get dukkha. So he sees everything equal, because he sees that it is the body, it is not the us quality. That intelligence he has, a steady mind. So we have to have the intelligence that we are not the body. Next quality is, he is therefore never bewildered by mistaking the gross body for the soul, nor does he accept the body as permanent and disregard the existence of the soul. This knowledge elevates him to the state of knowing the complete science of. So next quality is, he is never bewildered. What is bewilderment? By mistaking gross body for the soul, nor accept the body as permanent and disregard the existence of the soul. So the body, gross body or the subtle body, he never mistakes that is us. And nor does he accept the body as permanent and disregard the existence of the soul. So he does not accept the body as a permanent, and we have to leave the body. He knows that, and disregard the existence of the soul. He knows that we are the Atmans, so we will be there forever. So we have to cut these bodily relations, avidya, kama, karma. So get the knowledge. So not modha, be asamodha. and then with that you cut the karma, and then you cut the desire and you cut the karma. That is how he is. That is the second quality. So first quality is both happiness and distress. He sees everything equally. Number second is he has this knowledge of the self knowledge, so he won't be bewildered. So mainly the ignorance means we think that we are the body and working towards the body, working under the body consciousness is called the biggest ignorance. So that we have to mudha. Remember that simple example. And the next one is he will have the self-knowledge. That explains Prabhupada explaining that this knowledge, what is that knowledge? The existence of the soul, elevates him to the into the station of knowing the complete science of absolute truth, namely Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. He thus knows his constitution perfectly well without false trying to become one with the Supreme in all. This is called Brahman civilization, realization, self-realization, a steady consciousness called Krishna consciousness. Basically, he knows that he is the Brahman, and then the knowledge, the existence, the knowledge, basically the knowledge of the Brahman, Brahmavit. He knows that he is Brahman. And then, because Prabhupadas, they are like a dualistic Artha Bhakti, they think that Paramatma, we are the part and parcel of the Paramatma. And then that is called Brahman realization. So that's why we are situated in that, we are situated with the Supreme all the time. Such a steady consciousness is called Krishna consciousness. Every minute he knows that. So that's why he knows how to take care of the body. He knows that the gross body should be taken care well, and then feed them with the Sattva Guna and all that. Again, Indriyas should be under the control all the time. Again, the mind should be clean, trying to be clean, so that he will do the exercises to get the mind clean. Do the japa all the time, and remember the Bhagavan all the time. And then the mind definitely goes to the adharma activities more and more also. Then each and everything, keep on analyzing it. It may not listen for a while, but still you keep on explaining the same over and over and again. Eventually it will be clean. The mind will be clean. And then with that one, he is a kind of like a aloof from that. The things are happening in the body and all that. Then he will have the knowledge of the self-realization. And then the ignorance slowly will go away. And with this knowledge of the self-knowledge, and then eventually he will be in the Brahman state. I mean, that is what the person in the Brahman state is, the qualities is this. So the seekers, they know that this is the goal, so that's why the whoever is working for it is also kind of like a jnana, and then who realized it, he also fully realized vijnana. It's a simple sloka. It's very hard to implement because from life after lives we are going through these tribulations and still thinking that we are the body. Basically, Arishad Vargas, we need to control it. First of all, kama, the desires, the material desires should not be there. Because we have these upadhis, pararabdha karmas, we have to work. So we will be working only towards the self-realization, which is the highest of knowledge, Atma Vidya. And the rest of the things is, it's temporary, it will go away any moment. The body, we don't know when the body leaves. Immediately, in a second, the body will leave. So that's what it is. Now, if you really see, the Prabhupada Sandhigiri Swami also says the same thing. Yeah, say basically same thing. Sthirabuddhirasa Mudha. He says that the Mudha or the ignorant person, he will be with the desires all the time, so that his mind is always flickers. Whereas the Brahmajnani with the full knowledge, his mind is steady, sthira buddhi. Rasam Mudha, sthira buddhi, that's what he explained. So, and then again he examples that in a desert there are mirages, and then the ajnani will think that there is a water, and so he will run after that, and then he will be disturbed, and finally death will come. Whereas a jnani will know that, and then he won't be behind that, he won't be running for that. So that's a main thing. So what is the difficulty in having this ignorant knowledge means right now we are feeling the dukkha. The dukkha, nirvana, vana or vana means the pain. Nirvana means painless. So we are all feeling the pain of the body. There are three pains which the Shastra says Adibhautika, Adhyatmika, Adidevika. Adi Adhyatmika is the pains related to the body and the mind. If you really see, like morning to evening, like the body, even the child to the oldest person, the body, we know we have enough experience of the bodies. And we have enough experience of the pains of the indriyas. The indriyas always want to enjoy, and there is always a limitation, there is always a side effect. And example is like you want to enjoy the peanuts and you like it, peanuts, every peanut is pretty good and you are enjoying. Suddenly one peanut will come, the spoiled one. Then with that one, the entire thing is gone, the taste. So that's example kind of. So again, the mind, we know it. Mind will never be calm. The moment the mind fluctuates, that's where the dukkha starts. First of all, it hankers for desires, keeps on planning for the desires to get the happiness, and every plan will be failure because the mind is fluctuating and it will never be satisfied, and it keeps on running towards ragadveshas, and it itself creates this biggest movie kind of thing in the dream world. Everything it says that okay, if you have this you will be happy, if you have this, and then with the ragadveshas, kama krodhas, everything it imposes a different pictures in everything. So that is what it is basically, sthirabuddhi and then asammodaha. And then the qualities is with this knowledge what happens is like he will be constantly stable, his mind won't be wavered. For that, because of that, he will have a sthira buddhi, and with the buddhi we will be entirely focusing on the Bhagavan. That's where you get the self-realization. If our indriyas are flickering, if the mind is totally disturbed, then there won't be any sthira buddhi. Knowledge of the self-realization will never happen. That's why people who are struggling for the bread and butter, daily bread, there is no room to get the spiritual knowledge for them. At the same time, people who are totally entangled, immersed in the lots of money, also they won't, because mind is disturbed. So it's always good to have the balanced life. That's why in the 6th chapter also Krishna says that Atma Samyama Yoga, Sanyama Yoga. And then that one, the stability of the mind means you have to be balanced. Everything, like the eating, the sleeping, the pleasure. Okay, what is that sloka? Sthirabuddhira sammoda. No, yuktahara viharasya yukta chestasya karmasu yukta swapnavabodhasya yoga bodhika. Everything should be balanced diet, balanced everything. Take care of the body and everything. That with that, what happens is like, then you will have the stability of the mind. So that is one of the example. And then so many, if you really see the three gunas, Rajoguna, Tamoguna and Sattva-guna, try to be in the Sattva-guna all the time. So Rajoguna is a hankering for Kama Krodhas, Kama Esha, Krodha Esha, Rajoguna. If you have desire, unlimited desires and Trushnas and all that because of the Rajoguna. But at the same time, Acharya's Bhajagovinda, in the Bhajagovinda sloka says like you happily enjoy whatever you are getting based on your karmopata. Whatever with your karma, whatever you are getting the results, don't work too hard. Whatever you are supposed to get, you will get it. And then even if you are not supposed, whatever you get it, lose it also. So whatever with that, you just enjoy and have the balanced, controlled life to get this knowledge. Rajoguna and Tamoguna try to avoid everything. And naturally for sleeping and everything you need a little bit of Tamoguna. So that's why with the Tamoguna and you sleep it. But limit your sleep and then follow this Vedic culture, Vedic thing, living. Wake up in the morning, be on highly thinking about the Bhagavan, thinking about the self-knowledge, who are you, what are the things happening around the world, and why we are entangled into the material existence, and why we are in a conditioned life, and what are really we are achieving here, for what purpose we came here, and then what we should be doing it. So follow the directions of the Bhagavan and the Guru. So, and one more thing is like Sarvadharman Mami Krishnasya Saranam Mama, Krishnastu Saranam Mama, Sri Krishna Saranam Mama means what? So Sharanagati of Guru or Krishna is what? Surrender. Surrender means what? It's nicely explained that Google has so many other definitions, but mainly the surrender is like just following the instructions of the Guru and Acharyas, and then completely follow and then leave the everything outside. So basically, don't worry about the the desires or the results and everything. Just to follow what the Acharyas and Gurus are saying. So do the karmas as a karma yoga. Don't expect anything. And then surrender means, just focus on the Bhagavan all the time. And then leave the desires. If you have any desire, okay, you pray the Bhagavan for the desire, and then leave that thing. Don't wait for the desire to fulfill. Don't even think about that. Once in a while the thoughts will come, but focus more on the Mam Ekam Sharanam Braja. So Ekam Sharanam Braja, focus on that. Then Sarvadharman Parityajya, all dharmas you can leave it slowly eventually. So that's why there is a Varna Ashramas, even the seventh canto of the Bhagavad Prahlada. Varna Ashramas clearly explain that which Varna you are in, which Ashrama you are in, and then do the duties of that. So realize your true position and try to work on that. And also analyze the things that you are not going to change anything. And then you have no control at all. Prakriti kriyamani gunai karmani sarvasha ahamkar vibhudatma karta. Everything is Prakriti is doing. Set of things are happening without even knowledge of you. The things supposed to happen, it will happen no matter whether you put the effort or not. So if the thing is supposed to happen, the force will come to put you in that effort to get the result. But it's not that, it's all Prakriti is doing that. Because the body, mind, ahankara, ego, everything is the product of Prakriti. And the Prakriti, Mayadhyakshena Prakriti, Bhagavan's direction, the Prakriti is acting. And with the vibe, that means everything is Bhagavan doing? No. Based on the karmas, whatever the desires we have, in order to fulfill that, he created the entire world. So the system will, put you in that position to get your desires fulfilled. And because every desire, material desire, has a good at the side effect also. There is always a side effect, pros and cons, for each and everything. That's all explained in the 18th chapter also. So anything happens. So that's why there's a saying like, if you invite a blind person for a dinner, for a lunch, you need to cook for 2 persons, because blind person can't come alone. Similarly, if you are inviting for a sukha, it won't come alone. It will come with a byproduct of dukkha. You have to remember that. That's why we should not desire at all anything. So keep on controlling that. Keep on trying to eliminate the impurities in the mind. What is the impurity in the mind? Is desire. So the desire, if you really see, that's why dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So that desire, artha, kama is the desire. Any kama will be, desire will be there. So for that, artha means the things we will be doing to fulfill the desire. Artha might be a money or a person or anything, whatever may be, that's called artha. Means the things or activities helping to get the fulfill of the desire. So if, for example, the animal life is artha kamas only, they will have desires and they will try to work for that desire to get the fulfill. That's the animal life. So they don't care about the dharmas. For example, the animals, right? The animal sex life in the animals, they don't have any restrictions or anything. They just keep on mating whenever they say boy and girl, like that. So when you add this dharma to that, that's what the varna ashrama dharmas in our nice Sanatana dharma. So based on the varnas, and then based on the ashramas, brahmachari, you won't be thinking about the sex life at all. Only in the grihastha life only permitted. That too, Dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshava. That's what 10th chapter says. Dharma viruddha, not dharma viruddha, not the only dharma kama, only related to dharma. Under the guidance of dharma, kama is me. That's what Krishna says. Whereas that's what it is. So if you add the dharma to ardha kamas, it will be straight, and eventually you will remove the entire kamas to get the moksha. That is in simple terms. So it's in practical terms, if you really say, for example, the marriage life is a sex life, which is good. If you are wanted to go beyond that marriage life, you wanted to, have the relationship with any other person, if you really say, in this world, so many issues for the same flickering happiness which you are already getting in the married life. But if you are wanted to have the married life, and at the same time you wanted to have something else also, you think that is moha. You think that you are going to get the most pleasurable life, but in reality it is not. There are so many issues. Legal issues will be there, and then monetary issues will be there. Your mind is always disturbed, then always comparing will come, everything will be. This one, what happens is like the mind and indriyas will be always too much flickering, and eventually it will lead us, the soul, into the whirlpool of the material, samsara, and it will drag down to hell eventually. Then eventually you will fall down into the animalistic life, because that's how the next level is given. And in the animalistic, again, ardha kamas with that, and then the hell in the animalistic life. You don't have any freedom or anything. Anytime anybody can kill us, and then you don't have food, or so many problems. People think that dog life or cat life is so great in US, but in reality animal is animal. Animal life is so much miserable compared to the human. So with all this is happening because of the adharma entering into this. So mind always likes to enjoy the adharma things. But that's why only one remedy is to keep on explaining the mind, keep on educating the mind, keep on analyzing things as they are, and try not to do anything, and then keep on serving the Bhagavan. Okay, I'll end up it here. So basically our goal should be the self-realization, and the qualities are given in this sloka. Once we are the seeker, will we keep on working, even if we fail 1,000 times, make the attempt once more. This is what it happens, and we don't care about the failures. We just only see the positiveness, and trying to devote our life to this, and then try to analyze the things, and then with the knowledge you will be vexed. Like Kula Bhushana says, like once we have the knowledge, you don't even wanted to enjoy any sex life at all. That is what it is, because it's all bodily relations, and then that's what it is. Prabhupada explains that also in one of the slokas. That sloka is also given. So basically that's how one example, one indriya bhog we have talked about, but it can apply to each and everything. And the Vedic life is the highest knowledge, highest life. With that, definitely, if you have to follow the Guru and Krishna instructions, you will definitely elevate to the self-realization. Eventually, you will be having the unlimited sukha. You are going to get it, and that's going to explain the next sloka. How that unlimited sukha is going to be. Okay, and end up here. Hare Krishna. Krishna Bhagavan. Prabhupada.